we got word of what Vince McMahon's plans are for WrestleMania 37. Have you heard
Shocker.
any
It's the
of the
same ones as WrestleMania 35, 36.
Yeah, bruh. Vince McMahon's trying to recreate this WrestleMania thing, and let me tell you something. They still have Edge and Orton again. They still trying to do McIntyre and Brock, but this time they want to try to add Keith Lee in there. And then the one that we gotta talk about, because this comes from a fan myself. We're talking about Goldberg versus Roman Reigns.
You can say this all you want. That's not a money match for me.
You think I'm going to sit there and say this is a money match?
Last time you said, yeah, it's Spear versus Spear. Spear. It's not going to be a good match, but it still could draw attention.
Yeah, but that is before Tribal Chief, head of the table, Roman Reigns. That was babyface is corny Roman Reigns against Goldberg, because and it wasn't for it was Roman going to the championship of Goldberg, not Goldberg trying to take the championship off this Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And first of all, they never did Goldberg versus Reigns before, but since they couldn't do it, like, that match would have been something different last year, not this year, not this Roman Reigns, not on these circumstances, not on these terms, especially when you already know that the match is not going to be that long in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
The match is not going to be like, I did say last year that it could be kind of a draw to Spear versus Spear, but they didn't need the championship. I didn't like him taking the championship from the Fiend. He didn't need to take the championship.
He didn't ruin the Fiend, but he took a step back.
He took a step back from doing that to the Fiend, but after Seth Rollins nearly killed him, you know what I'm saying, in Hell in a Cell. But anyway, that's either here or there. But what I'm saying is that at that time, the Spear versus Spear thing, I didn't mind the situation. But now there is other opponents for Roman Reigns to be dealt at WrestleMania that this makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. This to me is tone deaf. So Goldberg was on
Honestly,
the bump.
Goldberg coming back in general just don't make sense to me. Like, because he don't when he come back, he don't do it like how some people do it, where they're getting into a meaningful feud. They can at least build something up. He want to come back and instantly be inserted into the championship match. That's just what I don't like.
Well, because Goldberg, once again, is living off 98 Goldberg, and he's not 98 Once again, everybody, I want everybody to understand, this is coming from a Goldberg fan. I am a Goldberg fan. Goldberg is in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. But this is just not the way to go. Because I, after one point, am tired of seeing Goldberg.
Yes, especially when just a lot of your favorite people, they gotta fight the champion like 30 times before even getting a shot. Just because he said he won a shot, he get it, and then wins it since the last couple times.
But see, the thing about Goldberg is, like, once again, I don't understand how WWE used the legend, because they keep trying to bring back nostalgia. Is that, first of all, Goldberg went from having, like, to me, Goldberg back in the day was somebody who could not complete, could not string together a wrestling match. He could not die. He just had he wrestled like a video game. You would just do big move after big move after big move. After you did all that, you build up your signature and your finisher. You lay that out, you win the match. That's what Goldberg was. But then, as he got older, he really went to just 2 moves: the spear and the jackhammer. And for the past couple times, for the past couple people, he hasn't got anybody up on the jackhammer. He damn near broke the Undertaker's neck. He damn near flipped his own self over when it came to Rusev. The only person that he was able to jackhammer that looked pretty was Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania. I mean, at SummerSlam, because Dolph Ziggler is light. Goldberg, I don't even think he couldn't even get the Fiend up for a jackhammer.
Well, I mean, the Fiend is.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Goldberg lifted up the Giant in a jackhammer. You know,
that was over 20 years at that point.
Exactly. So if he is not getting the feet up, he's not getting Roman up in no jackhammer.
You know he wasn't gonna pick up Braun in the jackhammer last year.
Which would just been crazy because he would have killed Braun if he had got him up in the jackhammer. So Goldberg was on the bump talking about that Roman Reigns came in, stole his move. He backed out of our match at WrestleMania last year, and he said that, you know, even though I'm older and I'm slower, but I'm still Goldberg. And he basically called him out on the bump as if this thing could be a legit WrestleMania match, and it don't need to be.
If I'm Roman, I'll be like, all right, whatever.
If honestly, the thing is, I mean, Roman deserves better opponents, especially with this tribal chief thing going on. Because first of all, you know what they're doing. They're trying to save him for The Rock, but The Rock said he'll be open to doing it in LA because we know WrestleMania 37 was supposed to be in LA, but it's not going to be in LA because they're going back to Tampa.
Uh-huh.
And so they're going to have where they were supposed to have it last year, or this past year, have it in Tampa, and they're going to have some kind of fans there. It's going to be like AEW. It's probably going to be spread out. So you got to see if you be able to get your WrestleMania ticket. But it's probably going to... How many fans? AEW does like 1,000 fans, right?
Yeah, 1,000 or probably less. Well, no, probably 1,000 at 1,000.
Okay. So most likely it's the Raymond James Stadium, right?
Well,
yeah.
At the moment, they're probably going to have it in the baseball stadium where they at now.
So with it even being an outdoor arena, and even with it, being the baseball field like you just said, I still, there's still no appeal for the Roman Reigns Goldberg type thing, especially when Daniel Bryan is on the table. Especially when you even had up that Big E on the table. But here's the thing: Big E was never. Did you hear? He was never even in talks of facing Roman Reigns, and a lot of fans
makes sense.
Say what?
Makes sense.
I mean, I was kind of hoping Big E get pushed, a lot to go on to maybe take on Roman Reigns at the Rumble, or because the way they was selling it to me was that he was gonna get this.
I wasn't thinking that much into it when they said they was gonna push Roman Reigns.
Roman or Big E?
I mean, push Big E. My bad.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know. It just seemed like every time you see, they adamantly say we're gonna give you a push, meaning that they're not gonna give them a push. They said it on the air, like, yeah, we're gonna break off. You're gonna go by yourself, and you're gonna do these big things, and
yeah. Well, the way Reigns is at the head of the table. The way the storyline is doing it's looking like they're trying to see if they can hold out for The Rock. And like I said, The Rock is not going to come back until WrestleMania 37, which is in Hollywood. And that's hopefully when we have a set group of fans that's in there for 2022.
Yeah, so that's 38 then.
Yeah, that is 38.
Yeah.
So I think they're planning on keeping this because whoever they feed to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, Roman's going to beat him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. We thought the Fiend was white hot and Goldberg beat him, so.
Well, we all know. First of all, that was at Saudi Arabia. That wasn't at WrestleMania, and even
that's even worse. But the Fiend lose not at WrestleMania.
But the Fiend is not Vince's guy. Roman is Vince's guy, and if you put Daniel Bryan's situation, Daniel Bryan will give you a great match because he's the ultimate babyface. Goldberg's not as much as Goldberg may want to think he is. Goldberg's not a babyface to us. Goldberg's a babyface to my son and the kids out there. But once again, the kids out there, I don't know if anybody truly hates Roman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the character is a heel, but ain't nobody want to see Goldberg dethroned at the head of the table. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Roman really, with the way Roman should be doing, he should squash Goldberg. Like Strowman squashed Goldberg at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why nobody really cared, other than it being Goldberg, was that there was definitely there was no heat to Braun Strowman win a championship, and then once again when he won a championship, his shit went cold anyway. So
Yeah, I just they need to look in a different direction. So